Hello, my name is Jana, and several months ago I enrolled in the Rehan School Online Academy, Rehan School AI Teachers Training Program. And today I would like to make a stop and a review and reflect what I've learned so far. And I have to be completely honest, I haven't been the most diligent student. I'm unfortunately still on level 1. But even from the starting line, I can say and I can tell you about the changes I have noticed. And well, before, when I looked at the Rehan School curriculum, I was like, okay, these projects are very interesting, but is it like that much useful for us, for people, like how I will use it and what it brings me? And I was very wrong. And I realized that when I dove in, maybe the first I could say or mention is interviews. One of the projects you are working on when you enroll Rehan School are the interviews. And being an introvert, I didn't want to be speaking in public. I just didn't want to do it at all. And well, then I had to, and I was like, seriously, what good is that for, the interviews? But when I started to conduct the interviews and give interviews, I learned, well, technically, I was forced to learn how to use digital tools, studios, audio, video, screen sharing, calendar apps, then the guests, right? If you want to get a guest that is famous already, you need to prepare for the interview and maybe even read books if it's an author, or watch other podcasts, because you want to come up with some good and interesting questions that can make the conversation deeper. So there is a lot of preparation before the interview, and it also forces you to be better in communication, introduce yourself to the guest, and earn his or her trust. Then, of course, very good questions to prepare, and giving interviews. It was really surprising, because giving interviews did something very unexpected, kind of, or greater even. It gave me a rare chance to stop and reflect on my own life. It forced me to face some difficult questions I was avoiding to ask myself, and remember some forgotten dreams, and review my priorities as well. So it can actually redirect you in your life journey. So giving interviews is kind of surprisingly amazing. And other project we are working on in Rehan School Online Academy is watching TED Talks. That's something I already did before, and I found it very amazing. I learned so many amazing stories, and it's like a modern bonfire. Rehan School actually, it's like modern version of our ancestors sitting around a tribal bonfire and sharing the knowledge which was necessary for survival. And Rehan School doesn't let you just passively listen like I was doing before. The next step is to review and share what I have learned, and expressing my own understanding to others, which actually reinforce my memory, and I can be better prepared for the knowledge to be used by me in future when the occasion happens. So as the saying goes, the best way to learn is to teach and to share the knowledge you just read about, for example, or watched. So you are next step is using what I have watched, what I have listened, and share it with others, and that's the next step, which is missing probably when we go through life and encounter people with amazing stories. We don't share them, or we share them the wrong way, maybe by gossip, but not what we have learned from their wisdom. Another project at Rehan School is conversation with AI. And I probably completely underestimated also the power of having such a conversation. The topics, I have to say, are very carefully chosen. I'm still in the beginning, but the topics were very interesting, like procrastination, motivation, science of happiness, emotional intelligence, so everything that helps you actually know yourself better and understand it and work with our own abilities better. And I have learned to explore these topics from like extreme, very diverse perspectives when conversing with artificial intelligence tool. And I learned to doubt the answers and question the AI more, and evaluate the information I receive, finding sources. So instead of spending hours on Google looking for the information that I want to know, this can actually help you to get deeper in the problematic you are interested in, and immediately fast find sources. And of course, either it's interviews or these AI conversations, we conversate in English, and that's not my native English language. And so I practice also my English speaking and comprehension of the language. So another project we use AI for at Rehan School are social media, posting, creating story posts, for example, about anything you are interested in, or about certain like very interesting stories that are introducing world's wisdom. So we are creating story post, we design the story post, the cover photo, we learn how to be more engaging in description, we learn about social media policies. Social media platforms are different and requirements are different, and that's actually important. For one thing, we today have a lot of studies about kids being attached to social media, endlessly scrolling, you are being consumer. But when you start to use social media as content creator, it just makes you focus the different way, and you really learn about other things, how the platforms work, the policy, marketing, digital marketing. So you won't have time to scroll at social media because you already spent some time to publish your content there. So it's complete shift from being a mindless consumer to an active digital creator. And besides, you learn to work with all these digital tools, graphic designing tools, and AI. Vibe coding is another very favorite thing. You can see probably a lot of courses. I know that at Rehan School, students started to learn vibe coding already when GPT was first on. And today they are learning using different kinds of AI tools for vibe coding. And while I haven't actively started vibe coding myself yet, still level 1, I was watching, but of course I can work. There is a vibe coding workbook which allows you to just work on vibe coding. I'm adult, and it's harder to work with adults than with kids. So haven't started it yet, but I'm willing to. And but I was also watching students at Rehan School, my fellow classmates, I would say, and it was unbelievable experience to watch them, because I could see, I was once attending some event, and university students were showing their final projects, and the final projects were Facebook clone, e-shop created. And today I'm watching 10 years old kids making their own Facebook clones and apps in 10 minutes even. So it's something unbelievable just to observe them. I also realized that the coding or vibe coding today is about precise prompting, terminology, and most importantly, it's troubleshooting and solving errors, because there are errors, and students actually learn how to overcome failure and look at the error, and they congratulate themselves, and because it's opportunity to learn something new and solve that problem step by step. So it's probably the most important skill for the future to possess in the future, right? We don't know how the future will look like, and so whatever comes, we are ready to troubleshoot. So Rehan School, I noticed, teaches you how to learn, not what to learn, but how to learn. And I have to tell you also, I visited my old high school recently, and there was this massive board, and which they celebrated 100 years of its existence, and I could see their goal written there on the board. The goal of that school is to prepare students for university entrance tests, for university study. And it's kind of shocking, and for me to see such a weak goal for high school. It made me wonder, 20 years ago, Sir Ken Robinson was having his famous TED Talk, how school skills curiosity, and how educational system is obsolete and harms kids' natural curiosity. And 20 years later, and we are here again, and force kids to memorize. We are exercising students' memory capacity. Schools are treating our brains like some static hard drives. So I understand that AI will change the world. Everybody says that. I understand that it's difficult to teach AI at schools because AI is changing every day. And it's difficult to teach or contain AI knowledge in normal educational school system. We cannot predict the future, so we maybe shouldn't be training kids to memorize facts, but teach them to be flexible, to learn and to unlearn. And from my own experience, to teach adults to unlearn something is very difficult. We are older, we don't have this energy budget, and our brain forces us to just autopilot many things. So it's hard to teach adult, but maybe if we teach kids, they will be able to have more flexible brains. But okay. Another thing which is amazing is that Rehan School ultimate vision and goal is to create future leaders. They encourage students to choose a professional identity or nickname that reflects their life goal. When you define goal, your brain is trying to align everything you learn and do towards building that goal, that dream. And Rehan School encourages students to create big goals and focus on something even million people face, some problem even million people face. So it eventually leads you to entrepreneurship and building the business. I haven't chosen my final goal yet, or nickname yet. So I understand that while Rehan School can give me all this knowledge and skills, it's ultimately up to me to take the necessary steps. No school can walk the path for me. No school can walk the path for us. And the most important thing, which I would like to mention actually, is this difference in how the school makes you feel. And I remember when I was younger, a little kid, even older, and attending the school, I was looking forward to school after every holiday break. We got these new textbooks and I was just, looking what's there to learn, and I was so eager, looking forward that, I will be learning all of that. And after several first months, even maybe, all that eagerness and energy was gone, and curiosity was gone, and it just was remaining. What was there was memorizing things to get some good grades. That was it. So yes, from my own experience, the school killed my curiosity, and Rehan School works the exact opposite way. Most schools try to give you final rigid answers to memorize, and Rehan School actually doesn't hand me answers, but it actually creates more questions, because working on those projects I just ended up with more questions, and I was eager to find answers, so I was more curious. I'm more curious to learn about something new again tomorrow. So it's like actually Rehan School generates questions rather than answers, and make you more curious, and it's kind of upside down, right? So Of course, looking ourselves for answers to our questions, we end up having a lot of information, and it's up to us to learn, evaluate the information, to find the right sources, and to notice what's fake news, what's propaganda, what's disinformation, what's misinformation. So it also teaches you how to work with information. And Rehan School, really, I can say in the end that it just opens new doors, shows directions, and sheds just enough light to make you eager to discover what's next and to find your answers, to respond your new questions which your brain start to generate. And you are curious what's next, you know, down the road. So to me, that's absolutely brilliant. That's absolutely the most important. Thank you for watching.